live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the 9 p.m. news bulletin on national television, the most prestigious channel in Sri Lanka. Bringing you your top stories for tonight, I'm Lakshita Girisingh.
And I'm Kenza Farooq. Let's take a look at your headlines for tonight.
The World Bank commenced the economic program of Sri Lanka. Digital signatures have been introduced for public officials. Steps will be taken to import kiri samba rice if necessary. Compensation for Chevening sugarcane farmers who lost their harvest due to fire. Construction of the Kadawatha to Mirigama section of the Central Expressway to commence tomorrow. A streamlined nutrition program for school children from next year. Government to facilitate the export of chicken and egg-related products. US President Donald Trump says that a boat transporting narcotics into the country has been destroyed by the army.
On to those and other stories in detail. The World Bank expressed its appreciation regarding the present economic process of Sri Lanka.
Now, according to the South Asian region representative of the World Bank Group, who met President Anurukumara Dissanayake yesterday, assistance has been approved for the program presented in order to achieve future development targets in Sri Lanka. Vice President of the South Asian Region World Bank Group, Johannes Zoot, who is at present in Sri Lanka, met President Anurukumara Dissanayake in the afternoon yesterday. With his delegation of representatives, the President said on this occasion that the world community should be enlightened regarding the present program of Sri Lanka against corruption. The President told the representatives of the World Bank that it will provide opportunities to attract new investments. The World Bank representatives on this occasion stated that more attention should be paid to increase employment generation and economic development. Special attention was paid to identification of areas such as digitalization, tourism industry, agriculture and other areas where short-term benefits can be obtained, and also to develop north and east of the country.
The government says that it will take steps to import rice if necessary after considering the harvest of kiri samba variety of rice. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa pointed out at the Cabinet media briefing held today that Cabinet approval has been received to import 40,000 metric tons of rice. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa said that plans were already being prepared to purchase harvests from Polonnaruwa, Anuradhapura and Trincomalee regions within the coming period. He said that although the quantity of paddy cultivated of kiri samba had decreased, the overall production had not decreased. If necessary, the government was prepared to provide loans, and approval had also been granted to import 100 metric tons which could be brought in if required. Answering a query raised by a journalist, the minister further stated that if any group attempted to act unfairly in the market, approval had already been obtained to control such practices. In addition, permission had been granted to import substitutes for kiri samba, and the government had already acted on this. Cabinet approval has been granted to pay compensation for Chevening sugarcane farmers whose crop was damaged due to setting of the sugarcane plantation on fire. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa pointed out that farmers whose sugarcane had been destroyed by fire would be compensated at a rate of 7,000 rupees per metric ton as approved by the Cabinet. He explained that investigations were also being carried out into the burning incidents to prevent such occurrences from recurring. He stressed that strict attention was being paid to the quantities claimed and the compensation would be given only on verified calculations. He said that the government would never allow this situation to be used in the future for illegal activities. Views were also expressed regarding the assets and liability statements of parliamentarians and repealing of the entitlements of presidents. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa emphasized that a declaration of assets and liabilities had already been submitted before the 30th of June, making it accessible to anyone who wished to examine it. He believed that the government ministers and his party had set a good example for the country by showing transparency and that owning property before entering politics was not a problem. He pointed out that the party had never criticized anyone merely for owning property, and the only issue arose when someone could not prove how their assets were acquired. He said that proper declarations had been made and this was a good political culture, as anyone could inspect and verify the details. He added that if assets were acquired unlawfully, the law could be challenged in court. The minister emphasized that the public mandate given to them was to change the corrupt political culture, and the government was acting accordingly. He said decisions had not been made based on personal interest, but according to common law, which even applied to the current president, who had also lost certain privileges. He explained that all members had voted in favor of the law, except for one person who opposed it.
ඒ පොදු නීති අනුව වර්තමාන ජනාධිපතිවරයාටත් ඒ හිමිකම් අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා. මේක ඡන්දීපුවා හිටියා අනිත් අයත් ඒක යම් හේකින් අනුමත කරලා තියෙනවා. විරුද්ධව ඡන්ද ප්‍රකාශ කරලා තියෙන එකම එක්කෙනයි. තංගල් ගිහලා බලන කට්ටිය කොළඹින් උකට බලන්නව නම් හරි.
Meanwhile, 100 primary medical centers will be opened this year. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa stated that as an official project, 5 existing maternal and child health centers in the districts of Galle, Kaluthura, Ratnapura, Kandy and Matale had been selected. The necessary staff and physical resources had been provided and the program would be launched on the 26th of September. He added that 100 locations had been identified, covering populations of 10,000 in 3 of 4 Gramani Ladari divisions, and that the Ministry of Health teams were already working on land clearances. He explained that the necessary financial allocations had already been set aside by the ministry and responsibilities had been undertaken. He said that within this year, the first 100 primary health and wellness centers could be started.
The Consumer Affairs Authority today conducted raids to nab at Peta area traders who have hoarded stocks of Kiri Samba rice and sell them at higher prices. The raids were conducted at the 5th Cross Street in Peta. It was revealed that many wholesale shops there were no Kiri Samba varieties. The Consumer Affairs Authority stated that several traders who refused to sell Kiri Samba, even having stocks, were dealt with according to the law.
The government's nutritional program to provide food for school children has been implemented, covering all 100 educational zones in all provinces of the island. The Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education says that a sum of 32 billion rupees have been allocated by the budget for this program this year. About 1.4 million students in 8,943 schools have been benefited under the school nutritional program. The Ministry of Education has issued an announcement stating several guidelines in selecting schools for this program, which is to be implemented as a national program from next year. According to the first guideline, students in all schools less than 100 students will be eligible for this nutritional program. However, if it is approved since the initiation of this program, food will be provided to students disregarding the current limit of the number of students. Under the second category, all primary students from grade 1 to 5 in all schools are qualified for this. According to the third guideline, all students in special education units and special schools are entitled to this benefit. Under the fourth category, lay students of selected Pirivenas and clergy students as need arisen will be benefited. Under the fifth guideline, all students from grade 6 to 13 will be selected for this program based on their nutritional condition and the necessity. Due to the current busy social lifestyle, many students fail to have breakfast at home. Under the new circular issued by the Education Ministry, such students will be given an adequate nutritional meal in all schools, including popular schools, without any discrimination.
Moving on, the United States of America supports Sri Lanka with concession training on ports law to strengthen transparent, sustainable infrastructure. The program, conducted by the U.S. Embassy in Sri Lanka under the auspices of U.S. Department of Commerce. The program aimed to strengthen Sri Lanka's capacity in ports law and public-private partnerships and also included technical training on concession law, the legal framework that guides how agreements between governments and private companies are structured with an emphasis on transparency, accountability and protecting the public interest. This initiative reflects the US commitment to supporting strong institutions in Sri Lanka, helping ensure that future infrastructure projects deliver long-term benefits for the Sri Lankan people while promoting fair and open commercial practices. US Ambassador to Sri Lanka Julie Chung praised the mutual benefits of the workshop. Construction of 6 tall fuel tanks will recommence tomorrow under the patronage of President Anurukumara Dissanayake. At a media briefing held today about this project and work done during the last year in the fuel sector and its future plans were elaborated. Chairman of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, Janaka Rajakaruna, said that the biggest problem in the country is the shortage of fuel storage tanks. By 2019, Sri Lanka had very big demand for fuel. At that time, the country had storage facilities only sufficient for 15 to 20 days. In case of a single fuel ship is delayed, the country may experience severe shortage of fuel. Usually, it takes about 2 weeks interval for fuel ships to arrive in the island. Therefore, increasing the fuel storage capacity is essential. In 2014, the Petroleum Corporation and the government decided to increase the storage capacity. However, the attempt was failed. Although tenders were called to repair fuel tanks, tea contractors had abandoned the project in the middle. Under the present government, foundation stone will be laid tomorrow to renovate 1 fuel tank. Therefore, the government has planned to get cabinet approval into construction 3 more fuel tanks in Muthurajawala area.
Digital signatures have been introduced for public officials to streamline and improve the efficiency of administrative tasks. Minister of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government Chandan Aberatna said that this has been implemented as one of the stages of the program to digitize the public service. The introducing of the digital signature to officials of the Home Affairs Division under the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government took place yesterday. This was launched in accordance with the Electronic Transactions Act No. 19 of 2006. According to the provisions of the Electronic Transactions Act, Lanka Pay has been designated as the authority responsible for enabling digital signatures. This will help eliminate delays caused by paper-based processes and enable a more efficient and productive public service. Minister Chandan Aberatna said that this newly initiated process will be spread up to the Gram Nilidari office level for the convenience of the general public at grassroots. The common masses will be able to get their services done more efficient manner. This will aid to achieve the system change expected by the people.
Minister K.D. Lalkantha says that the government has properly mediated to provide facilities required for production and export of chicken and egg-related products. He made these remarks at a meeting held in Colombo today with the participation of relevant industrialists and representatives of the sector to address their grievances. Sri Lanka is a country with high-quality biosecurity in the commercial-level poultry industry. Sri Lanka is also comprised with chicken manufacturing industry of international quality. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Poultry Industrialists Association, Ajit Veerasinghe, said that their products are now ready for export. He stressed that no antibiotic is added to poultry food in the local factories.
බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන අපිට දැනට ඍජු රැකියාව වශයෙන් 3,50,000ක් පමණ අපි අතර ඉන්නවා. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා මෙය.
The association expects to earn a target of $750 million by export of chicken and eggs. The industrialists presented their problems in exporting their products. Minister K.D. Lalkantha, Deputy Minister Chaturanga Singha and many others were present at this meeting.
අපනයන සංවර්ධන අමාත්‍යාංශ මණ්ඩලය විදිහට
Concern was also raised over the ornamental fish industry in Sri Lanka at this meeting. The Association of Breeding Ornamental Fish says that their products amounting to $25 million have been expected at present. The newly established export facilitating unit will identify the existing access to international market for chicken and eggs and allied products and ornamental fish, and will have further discussions at interministerial level.
Construction of the Kadawatha to Mirigama segment of the Central Expressway will officially begin tomorrow under the patronage of President Anurakkumara Dissanayake. At first, construction of the 500-meter segment from the Kadawatha interchange will commence. The government has allocated a sum of 8.6 billion rupees for this project. This construction project was suspended in the middle of 2022 since the allocated loan facilities were stopped due to the economic crisis. Chinese government has also provided a loan to restart construction of this segment of the Central Expressway. The project is to be completed by September 2028. The segment from Kadawatha to Mirigama is 37 kilometers.
Former Minister Galle and other defendants facing allegations of misusing government money to purchase substandard antibody vaccines during the previous government were released on bail today. The decision in this regard was taken in the presence of a three-member bench of High Court judges today. It has been ordered to release each defendant on a bail of 500,000 rupees each and two personal bails of 5 million rupees. Their foreign travel has been banned, and it was also ordered to deposit their passports within the court. Indictments were also handed over to them by the three-member bench of High Court judges. The Deputy Solicitor General later informed the court that the Attorney General is against the release of defendants on bail. Defence lawyers argued at length to release defendants on bail, and after considering the facts presented by both parties, the three-member bench of High Court judges ordered the release of defendants on bail. The bail application of former SSP Satish Gamage, who is at present in custody on allegations of money laundering by the Bribery Commission, has been rejected by the Colombo Magistrates Court. Accordingly, the suspect, former SSP, has been further remanded until the 30th of this month.
Now, meanwhile, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in a special statement, made remarks about the current situation in Nepal. Later on, he is scheduled to speak with the caretaker Prime Minister Sushila Karki over the phone on Thursday.
Friends, today from this land of Manipur, I'll also talk to my friends from Nepal. Nestled in the lap of the Himalayas, Nepal is a friend of India, a close friend. We are connected by a shared history, by faith. Moving forward together, today on behalf of 140 crore Indian, I extend my warm congratulations to Mrs. Sushila J for assuming office as the Prime Minister of the interim government in Nepal. I am confident shall pave the way for peace, stability and prosperity in Nepal. As Nepal's first female Prime Minister, Sushila Ji's arrival is a very excellent example of woman empowerment. Today, I'll appreciate every single person in Nepal who, even in such an unstable environment, kept democratic values supreme. Friends, there has been something special in the developments in Nepal that people have not noticed. For the past 2 or 3 days, Nepal's young men and women have been seen cleaning and painting on Nepal streets with great effort and a sense of purity. I have also seen their pictures coming up on social media. Their positive thinking, this positive work, it is not just inspiring, but it is also a clear sign of Nepal's new rise. I wish Nepal all the best for its bright future.
With that, we move into a short break. We'll be back with more local stories.
Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back now. Several cabinet decisions for your attention.
The Cabinet of Ministers approved the obtaining of grant aid from the Government of Japan for the project to assist in official security service and to increase the productivity project in the dairy section. The Japanese government has agreed to provide an amount of 463 million yen will be awarded for the dairy production and another 500 million yen for the Sri Lanka Navy as a grant. The exchange of documents regarding these projects and signing of the other documents will take place during the forthcoming visit of President Kumara Dissanayake to Japan. Accordingly, the Cabinet has approved the proposal presented by the President in the capacity of the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to take future action. Cabinet approval has also been granted to complete the remaining construction work of Kohola flyover and the construction of the Gatambe flyover. The construction work has been stalled by the concerned construction contractors due to the economic crisis in the country. Minister Bimal Ratnayaka presented the proposal to restart the remaining construction activities of these flyovers. The Asian Development Bank has agreed to provide a loan of $100 million to implement a field development program for the tourism sector. Cabinet approval has been granted for the joint proposal presented by Ministers Vijit Herath and Anuru Karunatilaka to sign the relevant loan agreements in order to obtain the loan. The Cabinet of Ministers approved the procurement of essential other medical supplies from the State Pharmaceutical Corporation and local producers. The proposal in this regard has been forwarded by Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa. A committee consisting of officials from Election Commission, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Employment and Tourism, Ministry of Public Administration, Local Government and Provincial Councils in order to study relevant facts regarding the safeguarding of the voting rights of Sri Lankans living abroad by formulating new laws or amending present laws. The proposal forwarded by the Minister of Public Administration, Local Government and Provincial Councils in this regard has gained the Cabinet approval in order to take necessary steps. The Cabinet also approved the proposal presented by Minister Saroja Savitri Paul-Raj to declare a National Children's Week. Accordingly, a National Children's Week will be declared from 25th September to the 1st of October, parallel to the World Children's Day national celebrations.
Punarudaye Puravara, the local government week, is afoot until the 21st of this month. Today has been separated as the Environment and Tree Planting Day. The opening day of this week was allocated for mobile services. Accordingly, a mobile service organized by the Bandaravila Pradeshiya Sabha was held at the Abadandegama temple under the patronage of Deputy Minister Ruwan Ranasinghe. Attention was focused on many problems pertaining to lands, water supply, health, agriculture and roads at this mobile service. The mobile service program organized by the Vennapur Pradeshiya Sabha was held in Vennapur yesterday under the patronage of Deputy Minister Anton Jayakodi. Many services including eye clinics, health programs for women, solving land problems, police services and many other services were provided to the general public at this occasion. The Vaunia district program in line with the local government week was held at the Periyaulukulam village. Public services including medical clinics, solving health and land problems were provided to the people. The mobile service organized by the Moratua Municipal Council was held yesterday at the Modera area. Many services including Western and Ayurvedic medical clinics, renovation of roads and drainage systems, counseling services were arranged for the people. Mayor Nishanta Fernando and many others were present at this occasion. To mark the local government week, Hatton Dikoya Urban Council has organized a program to plant Roborosia saplings today. These saplings are being planted on either sides of the Hatton Colombo and Hatton Nuwara main roads. Nuwara District Parliamentarian Krishnan Palachelvi and a large crowd were present at this occasion.
Applications for the prestigious Chevening scholarships to study in the UK will close on 7th October 2025, 12 UTC. The program offers fully funded one-year master's degrees at UK universities to individuals who are ready to lead positive change in their home countries and around the world. For more than 40 years, Chevening has attracted hundreds of thousands of applications globally. In Sri Lanka, Chevening alumni from a vibrant 4-decade-strong community of change makers from diverse backgrounds and professions. Many have gone on to become influential leaders in their fields. Successful applications and are individuals who are compelling, demonstrate exceptional leadership, influence and networking skills supported by clear evidence-based examples. Government and the Northwestern Provincial Council has a number of measures to make the province as an area with tourism attraction. A media awareness tour was held in the province recently in this connection.
There are many archaeological, cultural, natural beauty heritages in the Northwestern Province. It can be considered as the first province in the world where 5 ancient kingdoms existed. In addition, many historical places, a picturesque coastal belt, beautiful islands and lagoons, attractive environment network, reservoirs and rivers, and many places of public enchantment are located in this province. It is also rich with village culture, arts and crafts, traditional industries led by agriculture and religious diversity. The government's aim is to make the province as a tourist destination comprised with all such characteristics. The governor of the Northwestern Province, Tista Varnasuriya, said that the MPP government is attempting to create a rich country with a beautiful life. The Northwestern Province has a rich economic resources. The government is now working to develop the tourism industry in the province. Deputy Minister Namal Karunaratne said that the government expects to increase the country's income based on tourism industry to earn high percentage of foreign exchange. It will also be committed to protect the archaeological and cultural values in the kingdoms of Yapahuwa, Ponduwasnuwara, Kurunegala and Dambadeniya. The government has already implemented many programs to manage the rich environmental systems in the province.
Right, I'm Nalaka Kumara, Director General, Wayamba Development Authority. Wayamba tourism potential everywhere in the world, and according to the city branding concept of the His Excellency President, we have branded Wayamba as the hidden paradise of Sri Lanka. And actually Wayamba is the province which has large number of kingdoms. We have 5 kingdoms, so that Wayamba known as the province of kingdoms. Wayamba is more than enough high potential destination for the tourism. We have nice coastal belt like Vennappua, Maravila, Kalpitiya, Gangewadiya, also Chilau. So if someone wants to adventure activities in Sri Lanka, so there are places in Wayamba like Kalpitiya is one of the famous destination for the coastal activities. Kite surfing, Sri Lanka, only one place in Sri Lanka for the kite surfing is Kalpitiya. And coastal activities like Gangewadiya and Big Five, we have recognized 5 biggest animal in Sri Lanka, they call Big Five. If someone wants to see Big Five in one place in Sri Lanka, he should definitely come to Putlam, Gangewadiya. And someone wants to do spiritual activities, can come kind of places like Ponduwasnuwara and Riddhi Viharaya and Dambadeniya. There are so many places to do spiritual activities and meditation and yoga activities. There are enough places, enough tourism potential in Wayamba province to do everything, nature, culture, adventure, everything. Like to invite to the tourists in all over the world, please visit Wayamba, discover Wayamba, come to Wayamba to get a lot of experiences, to collect nice, remarkable memories.
The International Maritime Conference, organized for the 12th time by the Sri Lankan Navy under the theme Galle Dialogue, will be held at the Wave and Lake Navy Hall at Velisara on the 24th and 25th of this month, led by Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. A media briefing was held to raise awareness in this regard yesterday. Chief of Staff of the Sri Lankan Navy Rear Admiral Damien Fernando said that attention has been paid to conduct the conference of this year under 5 pillars, namely maritime environment, maritime control, maritime economy, maritime sustainability and a clean Indian Ocean. The conference this year will be held under the leadership of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Preparations are underway to hold the conference with the participation of 33 invited states, 12 international organizations and other representatives. Their participation highlights the fact that the Indian Ocean cannot be safeguarded by any single country, which requires a collective vision and an approach.
Coming up is your foreign news. Welcome back. Taking a look at your foreign news for tonight, the United States military has destroyed an alleged Venezuelan rugboat in the Caribbean, killing 3 people, escalating already high tensions between the United States and Venezuela. President Donald Trump announced that the vessel was attacked in international waters as part of operations against what he called violent drug trafficking cartels. He claimed large quantities of cocaine and fentanyl were found on board, though no independent evidence has been provided. The strike comes days after different vessels destroyed, killing 11 people. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro condemned the actions as U.S. aggression and vowed to defend the country, accusing Washington of seeking regime change. In your sports news, Sri Lanka won the match against the Hong Kong team, the Asia Cup T20 cricket match tournament by 4 wickets.
With this win, Sri Lankan team have won both matches played so far and also are leading Group B. The match between Sri Lanka and Hong Kong was played at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Winning the toss, Sri Lanka invited Hong Kong to bat first. They scored 149 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. Nizakat Khan scored 52 runs while Anshuman Rath contributed with a fine 48 runs. In bowling, Dushmantha Chamira claimed 2 wickets. Chasing a victory target of 150 runs, Sri Lanka opened their innings with Pathum Nissanka and Kusal Mendis. Kusal Mendis was the first to go when his score was at 11. Kamil Mishara followed after scoring 19 runs. Pathum Nissanka became the highest scorer of this Sri Lankan innings by scoring a valuable 68 runs. At the same time, he recorded the 17th half-century of his T20 career. Sri Lanka won the match in 18.5 overs, losing 6 wickets and scoring 153 runs. Wanidu Hasaranga was unbeaten on 20 runs. Pathum Nissanka was declared the player of the match. Sri Lanka will play Afghanistan in their next match on Thursday. And that's all the stories for tonight. Do join us tomorrow for more of the very latest. Until then, good night.
Good night.